Hello BTS fans, welcome back. Today the world was shocked by a brief moment at Incheon Airport that suddenly changed the perception of millions of fans worldwide. The biggest question that arose was, could one simple moment reveal something far deeper than what met the eye? The seemingly ordinary footage showed Park Jimin and Jungkook at the airport, but its impact turned into a global storm. No one could have imagined that behind the small smiles and quick steps, lurked an unexpected act that many fans are calling the most emotional moment of the year. The public's focus was no longer on what Jimin did, but why he did it, and why it felt like such a big clue. Social media was immediately filled with theories, analysis of body language, micro-expressions, and speculation that fans treated like academic research. To understand it all, we must go back to the beginning. Jungkook's arrival at Incheon Airport after a busy trip from Paris. Jungkook appeared more subdued than usual, wearing a dark sweater and a simple hat, walking carefully out of the camera's sight. The atmosphere changed drastically when Jimin was spotted at the airport first, without a schedule, and without any official announcement from his agency. It was Jimin's presence that sparked a global question: why was he there? The moment the two met in the arrivals hall became the starting point for an unstoppable explosion of speculation. Jimin didn't wave or make a big show. He stood in a corner with his head slightly bowed, as if he didn't want to be recognized. But his gait changed abruptly as Jungkook exited the automatic doors. Fans replayed the transition, from calm to brisk, from hesitant to confident, from flat to emotional. When the camera finally caught the two, the airport seemed to freeze for a few seconds. Witnesses described the atmosphere as intense yet warm, brief yet deeply affecting. The most talked about moment was when Jimin gripped Jungkook's arm in a gentle yet meaningful gesture. The gesture was interpreted as a gesture of concern to check on Jungkook, who looked tired. Jungkook responded by lowering his head, an expression only someone who knew him well could understand. In fan recordings, Jimin's faint voice can be heard, "You must be tired here." That simple sentence left many speechless, its emotional weight. But what truly shocked the world was Jungkook's actions immediately after hearing those words. He paused, turned his head, and took a deep breath, like someone who had just returned emotionally. Before the camera could take more pictures, Jimin gently placed his hand on Jungkook's back. The touch wasn't meant to direct, but rather to reassure, a gesture not intended for public consumption. Within minutes, the 7-second clip garnered millions of views and thousands of analyses. Many called it the most sincere moment of emotional closeness since the two had been on separate schedules. Rumors spread that Jimin had arrived at the airport unscheduled just to greet Jungkook. The fact that he arrived first further fueled speculation that the gesture was no coincidence. The public now questioned whether it was spontaneous or a private plan he didn't want to make public. Some fans linked the moment to Jungkook's past statements about being lonely while on overseas schedules. This theory evolved into the narrative that Jimin had come out of deep concern. A number of witnesses said that after entering the private area, the two spoke quickly in low, emotional voices. There are rumors that Jimin said, "I've been worried since you left," though this has not been proven. Other sources say they chose the same vehicle, rejecting separate vans arranged by the airport. Additional footage shows Jimin gazing at Jungkook with a rare sense of relief and tenderness. This expression was seen by many fans as a sign of a much deeper emotional connection. One airport employee even described Jimin comforting Jungkook in an area off-screen. All these details reinforced the belief that the moment was more than just a greeting at the airport. Now the world is asking, what really happened between Jimin and Jungkook? The answer may lie behind the door that closed that day, leaving millions of fans trapped in an unsolved emotional mystery.